Lord, knocking things over before we even getting started today. My goodness. Really, being a non-tech savvy girly in a tech savvy worldie really is hard sometimes. All right, that's as good as we're getting today, all right? Hello, everybody. Oh, God. Well, I don't know what to do. We knocked something loose. Oh, what do we think about this? Okay, hello. Maybe this is how it's supposed to go the whole time. Oh my goodness. All right. Take 17. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Year I Made It podcast. My name is Madison, and today on the Year I Made It podcast, we are going to be talking about different books that are great for your mental health. And so if you are listening to this and you are already like, nope, not a reader, not going to do that, don't tune me out just yet, because I do have a few things in here that are actually an assortment of books, journals, meditation books, books that are for literally one-day reads, and everything in between. So I do think that there is a little something for everybody, even if you do not like to read. And I'm going to link all these as well, probably through Amazon in the show notes. So that way, if there's anything that you see that you think would be helpful, you can get it for yourself. So as you guys can see, I have a little stack next to me of some different things that I want to share with you guys as far as different things either I have read, used, or I'm currently reading or using. So I'm going to start with this one, which is The Language of Letting Go, Daily Meditations on Codependency. I did like a little sticky for myself for each one about why I love each one of these books or journals. So this one is literally a daily meditation, which means that it's literally a daily reader. So some of the things are a half page, some of the things are a page. They're all different things. And it's always ends with like a little positive quote as well to kind of wrap it up and set the tone for the day. So the concept of this is it's really a daily meditation for people who have anxiety, for people who want to set their day off on the right foot, for people who have any sort of codependency in their life. And each day is focused on one essentially kind of positive mindset thing that you're able to think through, go through, and use to set your mindset for that day. So this one actually has a book as well that I'll probably link. And so I actually read the book and then I started doing the devotional because it just kind of worked better for me that way. But you don't have to read the book. The devotional is an option as well. And it's like a little like half pager that you can read every day. So the next one I want to share with you guys, I think is a great professional development book. And it's so funny because this, what I wrote down on my sticky as to why I love this book is I wrote down that it's a great book if you're a people pleaser who hates difficult conversations, especially if you're a people pleaser who hates difficult conversations but has to have them because like it's a part of your job, which is the category that I fall into. So this book is called Verbal Judo. And so this book, my boyfriend recommended it because he has used it to help him manage his team and the way that he deals with his team. And he was like, you should try this book. It's great for difficult conversations, diffusing conversations, like just a really good professional development book. I feel like it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's 100%, but I feel like it's a version of an updated, like how to win friends and influence people, but in a way that's more practical and makes a little bit more sense for today's difficult conversations. So this one's called Verbal Judo. I really like this, and I think it's a great professional development book or a great book for anybody who is a people pleaser who does not like having difficult conversations, but we all have to have them. So good book for that. The next one I'm going to share with you guys is a book called Communicate Up the Corporate Ladder. It is also a great professional development book. And what I'm actually going to touch on is not necessarily the book as much as who the book is written by. So the woman that wrote this book, her name is Jane Latz, and Jane owns a business called Corporate Speech Solutions. And Corporate Speech Solutions is a business that helps professionals learn how to communicate better, largely within the realm of leadership. And so I have recently started using corporate speech solutions. I'm not using Jane, I'm using a fabulous woman named Margot to teach me a little bit about being able to communicate better within the corporate world. I do have a job where I do corporate HR, and I am using this kind of specifically to be able to help me facilitate and run different dynamic meetings and deal with people of all different skill sets and backgrounds and knowledges and all sorts of things kind of at once. So would recommend the book, but also would recommend Corporate Speech Solutions if you're looking for somebody to help you with any sort of like speaking journey, leadership journey. They have like motivational coaches as well. So I think that's a super cool resource. So the next book I know you guys have seen somewhere, You Are a Badass. If you haven't seen it, maybe you're colorblind. I don't know. It's not a mean colorblind joke, but I mean it's bright yellow. I feel like it's everywhere. You Are a Badass. I avoided reading this book honestly for a long time. I saw it everywhere, and I was just like, oh, that yellow book about being a badass, like whatever. Everyone's read it. I finally read it, and I'm hooked. So this one I wrote down. The confidence and motivation to go for it is really what this book is about. And so this book, I literally got and read it in just a couple days. It is so cool. It is written by a woman named Jen, and Jen's background is speaker and coach. And so she shares a lot about her professional development, her life, her journey, all in a way that's very relatable, appealing, and honestly super, super helpful. So I definitely would recommend this book. I'm going to get the rest of the badass books. I haven't yet, but I'm probably going to read like one a month. I think there's like 3 or 4 more. I'm going to try to read like one a month for the next couple months because I love them. So that is the You Are a Badass. I also got the You Are a Badass journal that came with it. And it's kind of like a journal planner notebook little setup. And so that's super cool as well. I got that off Amazon as well. This is actually a noob, but I got it and I have used it twice so far. And I really like the concept, so I'm gonna go ahead and share it. And it is a book called, or it's actually a journal. It's called Goodbye Anxiety, and it is a guided journal for overcoming worry. So this one has a couple pages just detailing kind of what anxiety is, ways you can identify it, kind of normalizing anxiety. And then there are 3 parts to essentially allow you to journal out your anxiety, which I think is super cool. So the first part is what's on your mind. And then there are prompts in every single portion. And it goes through. So this one is talking about write down a few of your most ridiculous worries. It's okay if they're utterly absurd. And then like you're able to write them down here. So I think it's a really cool concept of just being able to get everything that you worry or have anxiety about that might be rational, irrational, and everything in between written down in one place. It's kind of set up where you can pretty much use it as like a daily thing. So I'm going to add it to my daily little morning routine that I do, and I'm going to try to do 1 page or 1 exercise per day to help just kind of journal out my anxiety first thing in the morning. So what I wrote on my little sticky for this one is prompts to feel, heal, and grow from anxiety, which is I just think is a really cool concept that it has so many different things that it helps you do within the stages of anxiety. So the next thing I have is actually a daily Bible. And so it's actually a 1-year Bible. I definitely couldn't read it in 1 year. I've been reading 1 page a day, and it's kind of written like that, where you can read a page a day. Like it says like January 1st, and then like here's the page. And it's written in a little bit more traditional setting. It's not super like ye shall, thou, ought, like sort of setting. It's significantly more of just kind of written in a way that is understanding for today and that you can read just like a little bit at a time, which I really like. So normally I do this as part of my morning routine as well. So the last 2 that I have are books that I just really like. So this book is called Anxious for Nothing. And I love this book because it really describes what anxiety is, because most of the time when we're anxious, unfortunately, it's for nothing. Like, unfortunately, we're having anxiety about or for something that, like, we don't need to have anxiety about, probably isn't going to happen. and probably honestly could never happen in some of cases of my anxiety specifically, to call myself out. But I really, really like this one. It starts with like, do you feel weighed down with worry? Does the road you're traveling loom large with mountains to cross, obstacles avoid, and curves to navigate? So this one I really like. I think that it's really cool and sets really good perspective for a lot of times anxiety is worrying for literally nothing. Okay, last thing is this literal cutie pie book that I just started reading. So I am a member of the Book of the Month Club. It's literally this app where you can get a book each month. It's like, as you can tell, like a nice hardcover book, and you get it for your membership fee. That's like, I want to say like $14, and you get to pick a different book each month. There are like 6 books that they'll highlight that are just trending books that are popular, new, up and coming, whatever. And then they have a whole other library you can choose from. And then they also have a cool thing where you can add on a book for, I think it's $10 any month. So this was actually my add-on book. So for last month, I had Lessons in Chemistry. That's also a really good one. I just finished that one, and I used my membership credit for that one. And then I added on this book. And this book, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't finished it, so I'm not advocating saying like it's the greatest book I've ever read, but so far I'm obsessed with it. And what I wrote down is it's the cutest book if you're starting over in your hometown. And so this is about a book that is This book is about a girl who moved back to her hometown because some things maybe just didn't quite go maybe how her life had planned, and now she's kind of starting over, rekindling with some old friends, and really just restarting life. And so this book is a little bit relatable to me, so I am obsessed with it so far. I'll let you guys know how it goes once I finish it, but so far I think this one is the cutest. So that is all I had for you guys today as far as books and journals and resources that I really think are great for helping with mental health. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found something that you thought was helpful or relatable. If so, as I mentioned, I'll link them in the show notes so you guys can be able to see all the different resources. And another couple resources I wanted to highlight just for mental health. So you definitely should go to therapy if you think that's something that would benefit you as well. I personally go to cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and I see a woman named Lauren. She is amazing, and she is really, really helpful if you have anxiety, depression, life transitions. I think she also does OCD. She does quite a bit when it comes to the mental health realm. So I wanted to do a little therapy plug just of somebody that has been super beneficial in my journey as well. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you found a resource that you like, and thanks for tuning in. So if you thought this was useful, like, subscribe, send it to a friend, whatever you want to do. Thanks so much for tuning in, and happy healing, babes.